Leccíon 54. Gabriel García Márquez and Magical Realism. There are many kinds of literature. Different kinds of literature are called genres. One exciting genre of fiction is called magical realism. Like all fiction, it does not tell stories that happened in real life. Instead, this genre mixes realistic stories with fantasy. One of the first authors to bring this genre to a huge audience was Gabriel García Márquez. He was an author from Colombia. His fiction was mostly based on people and places in Latin America. He also wrote in Spanish, but his writing has been translated into many languages and read around the world. García Márquez took ideas from the things around him for his stories. For example, his grandfather was once a colonel in the army. The main character in one of García Márquez's most famous books was also a colonel in the army. The setting of that same book is a small town called Macondo. This fictional town is similar to where García Márquez grew up. García Márquez also was inspired by the history of Latin America. He lived through a very violent time in Colombia's history. It was called La Violencia. Many people died during this time. Many of García Márquez's stories are set during this time. García Márquez added layers of magic and fantasy to the realistic parts of his stories. In one book, tiny yellow flowers rain down from the sky. People catch a plague of insomnia, and a rainstorm lasts for 5 years. In 1982, García Márquez won the Nobel Prize for Literature. This important prize honored him for his stories that combined the real with the fantastic. Today, people still think of him as an amazing author of magical realism.